aka the finance pastor. What an honor and a privilege it is to be welcomed into your home. And another day for the stock market bulls are getting in place to help this market take off. Donald Trump has spoken in Davos. He's made his expectations clear about Greenland. And we are starting to see that other countries are starting to move into that direction. We see a lot of the headline news that this has caused, where many of these nations have tried to rise up. But in honesty, they're weak countries. And without the United States, they will never survive. There is something about peace through strength. And as we've seen Trump do, this is he's doing it in an economic way, not doing it with missiles, not doing it by force. He's doing it economically. And at the end of the day, money talks. You know what fixes everything? Money. And that's what we're seeing a lot in Davos this week. We're seeing a lot of wheeling and dealing being done. I'm pretty sure we're going to get more clarity on what that deal for Greenland is going to look like, what the framework is going to look like. Is it going to be a sovereign? Is it going to be the sovereignty of that nation? Are we going to have it as far as a state? Or maybe it could be like a commonwealth, kind of like Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands. Could it be that? If that is, then the United States will control those territories. That is a huge thing for the United States militarily, as far as owning land and protecting the world. We are the world's power, no matter what. He who has the gold makes the rules. Right now, the United States are an economic superpower. And and that is if we can control the AI race, the crypto, that's really going to make a huge impact for the sovereignty of the United States and continue us as a world leader. I want to look at a few of the headline news that's happening. I'm going to look at Yahoo Finance here and just see Intel. Starting to see a lot of earnings is happening this week. It's earnings week, so you're going to start seeing either a lot of swings up or down in the stock market. Tech is leading this week. Netflix news was it was okay, but I'm still bullish on Netflix. I want to see what the next few days does. Is it going to be consolidating in that $82 to $87 range? I am actually very curious, but we're starting to see that Apple reports, Intel reports. We got let's see. We got some moves here today. AMD's got some decent moves. I mean, a really great move this morning. Let's look at other news here. Big tech is leading. We got Apple is a big earnings this week, and what other earnings that I could see right here. But we have a lot of companies that are really producing their earnings this week, so we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Bloomberg news, basically. Greenland is the biggest focus right now, but one of the things that I want to focus on is energy companies. To move the AI race, you need power, whether it's coal, whether it's nuclear, whether it's with uranium or anything that's going to move the market. I'm going to do a video in the next few weeks about what are the top nuclear power or energy companies you should be focusing on. There is money to be made. A lot of things is that the United States, it's really on the forefront of this. Now, can we build faster? That's yet to be seen, because these nuclear power plants, nuclear reactors, this is not a 6-month project. These are 1 to 5 year projects. Can we build them fast? That's the key. Can we? And the only way that's going to get done is if we have a lot of help from the EPA. A lot of these regulations are either going to have to be fast tracked, or a lot of red tape is just going to have to be cut. So we're starting to see movements in the energy sector. We're also starting to see rotation in stocks, meaning a lot of money's moving from the AI to either nuclear energy power, a lot of retail. So you're starting to see a lot of shift in the rotation of the stocks, where many people are just focused just on AI. There is a lot of money in the sidelines right now. You have a lot of people who just, with the uncertainty of the market, have pulled their money out of the market and put it in a money market account. So you're starting to see a lot of people, a lot of money in the sidelines. Once there's a clearer picture of where we're going, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of movement. The S&P is flirting with that $7,000 mark. And like I mentioned in a couple of videos, is going to test that $7,000 mark. It's not going to go straight through. We've already been doing that for the last several weeks. I want to look at a chart, kind of share my screen, look at a chart here, and just kind of want to show you guys what I'm seeing. This is a picture of the S&P 500. We're starting to see a lot of this movement right here. This is the thing that where the $7,000 mark is right here. And as you can see, we have this consolidation up here, where all this is trying to see is this right here. If in trading, there's several ways. Some people call this the fly in the man. Other people call it support and resistance. I've learned it both ways. To me, it's the same thing. Um, many people will differ, but it's the same thing to me. This right here is now becoming a ceiling. Now, eventually, when it pushes through that ceiling now could become a floor. And we're starting to see that the S&P, if it breaks the $7,000 mark, this is going to be a benchmark for the stock market as a whole to keep moving forward. The NASDAQ here, let's look at the NASDAQ. Again, it's in the consolidating rate. It's almost like mirroring the S&P 500, but this is a bullish run right here. It needs to break this $26,000 mark. But this is a stock that the NASDAQ could be by the end of this year over $30,000. That is nuts and crazy, but just to think that that could happen. You're looking at the Dow Jones. It tracks the top 30 companies of the United States, but it has a big movement. It's had a big movement, but I look more at the S&P 500 to take a better view of what the stock market is doing. We're seeing Apple here pre-market is up like $1.91. Apple, I love the stock. I'm actually recording on a Mac, so I love Apple, but there's nothing really innovative or to get excited about Apple anymore. I mean, other than what's the next iPhone, but this, you're not being innovative. So Apple needs its mojo back. So it's looking at that one. You got Netflix. I am I am bullish. I am bullish on Netflix. It's consolidating in this 782 to $87 range. I'm waiting for confirmation to see this stock go up, but I am bullish on Netflix. I like this. Gold continue, continue. It just continuing this march. If you were waiting to invest in gold, you missed it. You missed it. Silver, again, bullish, 93 bucks. His stock is really soaring over here. Q's tracks the NASDAQ. If you're an ETF, just has a nice run, just following the NASDAQ. Excuse me. We're starting to see a lot of movement here. So I'm bullish on the Q's. Let's look at the SPY, just similar to the S&P. Royal Caribbean has had a precipitous drop from the highs of 370. You're starting to see a lot of movement in this stock, or a lot of people either taking profits. This stock has just taken off in the last 2 years. If you've been in Royal Caribbean and you've been in it for over a year, you have done phenomenally well. Even in this little downturn, you are up big time. But this stock right here is, I'm thinking, is overbought right now. You had a lot of money from Carnival, Norwegian just moved into the stock, but I'm bullish on that. Amazon, it's just consolidating here. It had a nice move up and then whoop, went right back down. So Amazon, another one. I love the company. If you're trading this stock long term, that's a difference. If you're trading this stock long term, you'll do well. But if you're a swing trader, I would look at either this might be a place right here where it could take off, but you need a confirmation, but you need some type of news to help drive this stock up. AMD has taken off. My goodness. From the lows of April last year, and I said this, if it breaks this, these lines were here for over a year. So if you start looking at this, it has taken off from this $78 right now. We're at 249. Now, one thing is I want to look at is this right here, this big gap right here. If there's a downturn on AMD, it's going to fill this gap right here. My next place is going to be, if it comes down, is that 154. So that's like $100 move drop. So this one, I like AMD, but I'm also cautious on it, on how fast it's moved. And it almost feels like everyone just got tired of Nvidia and said, "Oh, let me put my money in AMD." That's what it really looks like. Meta has gotten its butt handed to it. So I am bullish on Meta, but yeah, it's taking a big hit. It's taking a hit from the highs of the 780 to all the way 612. My opinion, this is a discounted price. This is a discounted stock. Take a look at this. Ford, you kind of been chugging along, steady Eddie. Is not a fast mover, but for those who are looking just to make cash little by little, this is a good steady Eddie. And couple that with covered calls, you could really do well on this stock. Nvidia up pre-market, up $1.60. BMNR down 33. This one's tracking the Ethereum. This one, I'm in this play right here. So I'm just looking what it does. I mean, this one's a more of a long term. I like Tom Lee. I'm bullish on the stock. Tesla, after getting hammered, it's kind of trying to make its way up. It does have earnings in 6 days. So you're going to start seeing a lot of people, a lot of movement, a lot of volume in Tesla in the next and coming days. This is something that you guys are going to be seeing very soon. Let's see. Palantir. Again, I like this stock right here. This one took off when we attacked Venezuela, and it's kind of tailed off a little bit there. So you saw a lot of people taking money. They have earnings in the next 11 days. So let's see what it does. So right now, NASDAQ, the E-minis, NASDAQ E-mini futures right now is up pretty good, actually. You look at the S&P E-mini futures right now, it's doing pretty well itself. It's up 35 points. Like, again, it's flirting with that $7,000 mark. So you start seeing that the S&P 500 can have a really nice open, but is yet to be seen. We kind of recovered a lot of what we had losses, but other than that, is a lot of it is going to be headline news. So it's We have a lot of stuff that's happening now. So I'm looking forward to what happens today in the stock market. I am bullish on what's happening in Davos. You have to look at those economic barometers that are really shaping what could happen in the economy today. If you're the type of person that's putting money away, that's putting money in the stock market, I will look at good companies, whether you love Coca Cola, whether you love Kraft Heinz, whether you drive a Ford, Toyota, so on and so forth. I like to invest in companies that I understand the product. I keep my investing so simple because I want to know what I'm investing in. So I love Apple, I love Tesla. I have Ethereum, so I love those type of stocks, or investment vehicles. So as you start investing, I would start looking at what these moves are going to be in the stock market. You have to look at what's happening in the government. They're really going to make a lot of the news headlines for the stocks to move. So I hope you have a phenomenal day. We're going to be looking what the stock market does. I definitely got to head going. I got to get going now. I got to go to the airport, but uh, hope to talk to you guys soon. Leave a comment, share, and talk to you next time.